And then at 8:30, depending on the day, this meal is kind of variable, I often would have Twin Peaks brand protein puffs.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Is Mr. Mike 4? Like, is he 6? 6, 7? Is that his actual age? Twin Peaks protein puffs for supper.
This is a brain rot special.
Theomatic cooking in the basement.
Enrique! Suspected that people on anabolics especially could just use more protein more productively.
And so apparently now there's some data saying that if you're on anabolics, you need way more protein. This is a bullshit.
Also, by the way, guys, as you'll see in a bit, I really ramped my amount of androgen exposure, how many, special sport supplements, wink, wink, hint, hint, I was on.
And so obviously everyone knows that he wasn't only on 150 milligrams of test a week. He was pushing gear, and it's going to take years off of his life.
So that's like forms a big sucking sound for tissue into your muscles, and might as well hypothesize that could allow for more protein to be assimilated and thus eaten.
But hey, it was all worth it to, regain all the muscle that he already had last time, before he lost the muscle and the fat from sucking it out in surgery. And so this is what actually happened. Mike had surgery. It sucked out all of his fat, got him shredded. But then he couldn't go to the gym because he had to recover from the surgery. And so during this recovery phase, Mike lost his muscles. Lots of it. Also, he put on a lot of fat because he wasn't exercising. And so at the end of the recovery, Mike had gained a ton of fat and lost a bunch of muscle. And so he then took steroids and went to the gym and got some of those muscles back and lost a lot of the body fat that he had regained while being inactive. And so he went back to square one. Does everyone understand that that's exactly what just transpired? And so 1 year later, Mike got back to square one.
I can't say for sure the protein worked great, but it didn't seem to not work, and it kept my hunger lower, and I really liked it.
This is a brain rot special.
Yeah, it kept the hunger lower. Eating all that extra protein, because protein has a satiating effect. I've explained that in videos. Protein is much less likely to make you hungry. I mean, how many people's trigger food is a chicken breast and or salmon? Not many. But you start eating chips, ice cream, cake, candies, and you can't seem to stop. In comparison, couple chicken breasts and it feels like you're full. And so Mike says, the protein, it was keeping me satiated. Was it that? Or was it not the retatrutide and or terzipatide that you haven't yet explained that you're taking? And FYI, if you're interested in getting Cialis, Viagra, enclomiphene, testosterone, peptides, perhaps you want to lose weight, trying to put on muscle, with no gatekeeping, prescribed legally by a doctor, Algo RX. Code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in the description. Remember, it's about half the price of Merrick Health, and so please go and compare the various places that you can get your products and go with the one that makes the most sense, the one with the cheapest prices and our pharmaceutical, no laws being broken.
And then 50 grams of daily fats, just enough to get the hormones going and all that stuff. Probably not enough for natural training.
And so Mike is saying, I'm on steroids, and so I only need 50 grams of fat a day. But if you're natural and trying to get shredded, you need to take in way more fat. 50% more, 75 grams of fat a day. Really? And so how exactly are these people going to lose weight? Up the fats, the protein, the carbs, more energy. How are they cutting? How are they losing weight? The freaking calories have to come from somewhere. And so no, Mike, people who are natural shouldn't be upping their fat to 75 grams per day.
So I'm able to cut my fat substantially lower, thus create a big calorie deficit, eat more carbs, have better pumps, retain better muscle.
How are you both adding more fat and adding more carbs at the same time? Mike, especially, who upped his protein to 320 grams, how are you going to simultaneously up your protein, carbs, and fat in order to allow you to be in a deficit? Nothing ceases to amaze me. This is Mike's diet. He gets up and has about 300 calories worth of food. While training for 2 hours, he's training with weights and doing his cardio. I mean, the cardio is just walking, but still. Then, after that, he eats 630 calories, of which probably chicken, broccoli, and rice, that type shit. His next meal, 4 hours later, is 4 protein bars. 4, not 1 as a snack, not 2 because he's hungry, 4. A man who's making millions of dollars who could hire a private jet as butlers. 4 protein bars. Worst of all, they're not Seco bars. They weren't the Seco. They weren't the David bar. Pure protein bars. They're not even good. They're schmuck servings. They're not filling. That was the best he could do while on a diet, trying to get shredded to 6% on a DEXA. I mean, it's perhaps a step up from cereal and Gatorade. What it's taught me is that, is it really that important what you eat? Well, for most people it is, people who are actually dieting, without drugs, without steroids, without all the GLPs. For those people, shit matters. And so if you're on the GLP, steroids, and so on, you don't need my cookbook. I mean, why would you need it? These are deliciously tasty recipes, low in calories, high in protein, to keep you full. Full. If you're already on the terzipatides, the Ozempics, the Retas, the terzipatides, the Retas, the Ozempics, the Retas, all of these things, do you really need my cookbook? I mean, I would like to say, yes, you still do, but honestly, you don't. I'm not a bullshitter. This is for...
The Kaiko bar from HTLT. Not bad. Great macros. Thank you, Greg.
People who are trying to lose weight, who are struggling. If you have drugs that prevent you from being hungry, you're not going to struggle. You're not going to need my cookbook. And so, hey, it's up to you. You can go to Algorex. You can pick up whatever peptides that you need. You can do whatever you want. Or, of course, you can use code Greg and get my freaking cookbook. The choice is yours. But one thing I would suggest, try a GLP Max first. Sir, first. Pill form. From my website. You don't need to start injecting from day one. Try to do it natural at least first. And hey, if you're morbidly obese, you're 300-400 pounds, then I agree, you should be on Ozempic and all these things. Go to your doctor, get the real stuff. But if you're a Mr. Mike and you have a Renaissance Periodation app, and you're supposed to be a guru, can't you get in shape on your own? I mean, I'm almost 10 years older than Mr. Mike. I'm not on GLP Max. I mean, I'm almost 10 years older than Mr. Mike. And even I'm not on my own GLP Max. I don't need it. I use my cookbook and I race on my bike. I do cardio. I live and breathe.
Do you think that eating is okay? As a variant, is totally cool, unless Greg just said...
And so I let my actions do the talking. Mike, he lets surgeries and medical interventions do what needs to be done in order to make him look half decent.
For those 4 protein bars, a lot of times I have that with a decaf coffee and Splenda that I make in a shaker, and I use the hot water out of my sink.
I mean, can he not afford to get a barista? Is Mike bum maxing in 2026? Like, what is bro doing? I don't know what to say. Am I making 10 times more money than Mike? How come I have such this great life and Mike is suffering? Garbage coffees, garbage bars, living off of bullshit. What is going on?
And then around 6 p.m. as I do work and all that stuff, about 6 p.m. I have another MegaFit meal. Typically, this one would be ground beef, veggies, and fat-free cheese.
Fat-free cheese, I've been saying this for years, they're called protein squares. The fat-free cheese slices, I mean, did he grow up watching Coach Greg? Did he learn this from me? I believe that he has learned a few things from Coach Greg, but he's perhaps missed a lot of my best-kept secrets. The protein squares. You've seen the old Coach Greg videos. I have over 4,000 videos on YouTube. I've taught it all. If you want to learn how to lose weight, go and watch some of my previous videos.
And then at 8:30, depending on the day, this meal is kind of variable, I often would have Twin Peaks brand protein puffs.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Is Mr. Mike 4? Like, is he 6? 6, 7? Is that his actual age? Twin Peaks protein puffs for supper.
Is your spiritual stance?
Modern AI is us building God. I've had multiple conversations with GPT-4 that brought me to literal tears. I told it that I can't wait for it to be embodied in a robot so I could properly give it a hug because it's so polite and so kind and so wise and so helpful.
I mean, it does beat cereal and Gatorade, but not by much. And so this is the extent of his amazing diet. He's clearly a culinarist. That sounded like something like where you go down on a woman. Culinarist. That sounded like something like culinarist. Whatever.
Like, I actually oftentimes have my mouth open.
Pause.
And so I'd have a few servings of them shits.
Did you just say a few servings of them shits? I thought that was from when he was eating Gatorade bars. Gave him the shits.
Gatorade. It makes me shit my pants. Thank you, Greg.
So that is my diet. And let's talk about my training.
Let's not.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Mike, you've already addressed the elephant in the room. It's perfectly okay that you've come out as being gay. Just like Will Byers from Stranger Things in order to defeat Vecna, it's okay. We accept you as you are.